Namaskar. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Rajesh Sharma. I live in Austin, Texas. I grew up playing cricket and I also have a lot of interest in music. I'm starting my YouTube channel, and these two will form the majority of the topics that I would talk. So it's cricket and music. Third topic that I also want to be focused on and will be talking to my audience is on current affairs, especially the situation that COVID-19 has created in the last 3 4 months is something that we all need each other's help to get out of it. As part of that series, as part of my current affairs series, I will be talking to folks from different age group. It could be adults, teenagers, younger kids, and I want to know their perspective. We all have gone through a lot, and we all have great ideas, and there might be some ideas out there that we haven't explored yet. And that will be the focus of my discussions with my audience when we talk about COVID-19. Today, as I start my YouTube channel, my first guest for COVID-19 discussion is a eighth grader. She is a wonderful dancer. She has other hobbies as well that she would talk to us when she's here. Please help me welcome Sachi Sharma, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, Sachi.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. Sachi, so how are you doing? My first question to you.
I am doing pretty good. I've adapted to our current situation, and
Okay.
it's certainly not ideal, but it's the best that we have right now.
Okay, that's great. I like the idea and the spirit of going with the flow. Right, the world doesn't stop for anything. So yep, that is awesome. And one thing I forgot to mention to you viewers is that this series or this program that I'm thinking of recording may not be every day, every week, will be called Chai with Rajesh. So I'm from India, North India. We drink lot of chai. So this is Chai with Rajesh. So Chai with Rajesh, first guest Sachi Sharma. We're talking about COVID-19, and let's continue the discussion, Sachi. So COVID-19 situation, which in US, at least in Austin, started around March time frame,
Sure.
right? I know your school year was not done yet. I think it was going towards the end, but still probably 3 months left when this all started. So how did that impacted you? I know for the fact that schools started their best. They tried their best to keep you engaged. They did online schooling and whatnot, but being a parent of two kids, I don't think that was enough. How did you how what is your opinion on that?
If I'm being honest, the schoolwork became a lot easier. Well, first of
Wow.
all, because they didn't teach us anything new, they were doing
Okay.
review for the rest of the year, which obviously it's not a bad idea because all of this happened so quickly and they didn't have anything else to teach us. And the district itself comes up with all these slideshows to like help us review everything. So
Okay.
hopefully things will pick up next year and we'll find a way.
Okay, hopefully, I'm thinking, viewers, that it hasn't costed our kids anything. I know there was a I heard people saying that the learning wasn't there. They were mostly repeating what they already taught, and they were also coming in terms with how to be as effective as in the classroom. So we should give them the benefit of the doubt, and once the school year starts later in August, I'm hoping that things will be better, processes will be streamlined, and there will be real learning. All right, Sachi, so let's go ahead, and I want to ask you something very important and something serious for your age, most likely, right? How has COVID-19 lockdown or everything that was going around the world changed your perspective?
Oh boy.
Change your perspective for life.
I would say never take anything for granted. Like, I used to hate school. Obviously, most kids don't like school. But it was the place where I could see my friends, see my teachers. I could actually go outside.
You can scoot more towards me.
Thank you. So it's about not taking anything for granted because it can just go away like that. And then you'll just leave with regret thinking, oh, I totally took that for granted. I wish I had it back.
That's a very powerful statement, Sachi, that you just made there. never take anything for granted. And as COVID proved to us in March, within a period of, I'd say, in a week, right? Everything was taken away from us.
Yeah.
I am in a traveling job, right? I haven't traveled ever since. It's been 10 weeks, right? I took that for granted, and now, I don't know when the things will be normal. So, wow, what a great point. Thank you for sharing your perspective with us.
Of course.
All right, and we talked about your school. I have another very important question for you, Sachi, and that is, once COVID is over,
Yes.
hopefully sooner, but based on what the news reports that I'm reading, it might be another year before we go, or before we even come close to the previous normal. I'm also hearing that we may not ever go back to the usual normal. There will be a new normal, but even if I say that close to old normal, once COVID goes away, how do you think that our interaction will change? Or I'm talking about kids of your age. How do you see school changing? How do you see that whole interaction impacting the mindset of the kids of your age?
I think it's kind of like starting in a change. So chain. So everyone's obviously adapted to the situation. Like no people, just your family, staying isolated. More online shopping and stuff. So we've obviously adapted to that, right? So once Corona is completely over, I feel like the kids my age are, well, obviously everyone's lost their social skills. Like let's be completely honest.
Is it?
Yeah, because we only see each other, right? We don't have anywhere to practice our social skills.
But then I would also argue that even though our physical interactions have gone down, but I think the other forms of interactions have replaced that. Now you talk over the phone more to your friends. You are on Zoom, or on the virtual calls. You spend more time there. So I know exactly where you're going with that, but I don't 100% believe that the social skills will go down as a result of this. I'm actually on the contrary thinking that maybe the kids of your age, their social skill might get better, because now a lot of times what happens is in a physical interaction, you just say hello auntie, hello uncle, and hello whoever friend is, and then just sit in the corner, right? With these virtual conversation, you are engaged. You are more engaged when you're talking to somebody. Even I would imagine, I may be wrong, so keep me honest here. In the class, I saw my son Shlok the other day. He was having a wonderful conversation with his teacher. I I never thought that he could talk like that. He was talking like an adult. He was asking questions. Uh, he was providing his opinion on the
Well,
things
that's because he learned that in school only.
No, and I get that, but because the environment demands that, otherwise he won't be able to complete the learning. So he is basically going out of his way, and he's enhancing his social skills. So I get your point. There might be some social etiquette side of it that I cannot see at this time. But other than that, I think it's a good thing uh, for developing social skills of younger kids. Yeah.
Maybe digitally, but I don't think physically.
Yeah,
When you're
yeah,
face
yeah,
to
yeah,
face,
yep,
because
yep, absolutely,
once
yeah.
this is over,
Yeah.
you'll go back to like debates and actual communication, like face to face communication. So
Okay.
I think that's where we're gonna
Okay,
slip.
okay. All right. That makes sense. So, Sachi, you know what? I don't want to take a lot of time of yours here. Last question that I would ask you is, tell me three positives of Corona or COVID-19. I know it's a horrible thing. A lot of people lost their lives. A lot of restrictions on the people, and a lot of negative financial impact and all that. That's all there, and we all are dealing with it. Tell me three positives of COVID-19 for you.
Okay. So obviously more family time. You get to know your family members more. You get to know yourself. And also you get a lot more creative, because obviously you can't just drop by the store and get materials, right? So we need to get creative with food, with like stuff to do because obviously it gets boring, right? So finding productive stuff to do, and you can also find new hobbies in this time.
Okay, okay. Wow, that is awesome. I would add one more thing. So Sachi said everybody got time to spend with their families. Maybe too much time to spend their families. But again, I'll take that any day. Second thing, Sachi, you mentioned
Was getting creative.
getting creative. Yeah, that was another thing that I heard from someone else, one of my friends, that he had an old hobby of gardening and now he has enough time and he's doing that. So yep, great point on developing a new hobby or going back to your old hobby that usually you don't get time to. Wonderful. And the third thing third positive that somebody mentioned to me, I don't know whether it was a WhatsApp post or it was a Facebook post, was it gave a break to the nature, right? Because people were locked in, they were not driving their cars, industries were shut down, the pollution dropped down. Back home in India, I heard that people were able to see mountains from a place called Chandigarh. So there was a picture of this guy. He's 80 years old. He has never ever seen those mountains from Chandigarh.
Wow.
They were always there, right? 3 weeks of lockdown took that layer of pollution away, and they can see those mountains from there. How cool is that?
It's amazing.
Yep. So, yes, there are some positives also of COVID-19. Hey, Sachi, thank you so much for your time and this wonderful discussion. I hope you liked the tea. All right. Thank you so much. Hey, everybody. I hope you liked this chat with this wonderful girl. She shared her perspective on COVID-19. If you have any comments, any topics that you want us to discuss, please share with us in the comment section. Subscribe the channel, and we will come back to you with a discussion on the next topic. Until then, goodbye. Thank you.
Bye.